Hey Capricorn, I am giving you guys an extra little blessing right now. I am sending you some love and some energy, Capricorn. Mercury retrograde is not being very nice to my Capricorns, and I am so sorry, my dears. But we are going to get you some help, some guidance, some encouragement. Welcome to your weekly reading for November 19th through the 25th, Capricorn. We've got the Mercury retrograde, as I said. We have got the intensity of the Gemini full moon that's also happening this week. So lots of heavy energies. It's not a fun time for a lot of people. And I know that for Capricorns right now, a lot of you are just wanting to be alone. Like, you just like, don't even bother me, don't even bug me. I can't make sense of things. It almost, to me, the energy feels like I'm underwater. Like I'm underwater and I can kind of like see shapes and figures above me, and I can hear noises and sounds and people trying to talk to me, but I have no idea what they're saying. It's like just being in this watery, foggy, dream type mental fog, if that makes any sense. So not all of you are feeling this way, but some of you definitely are. Let's get you some guidance here. Monday, Tuesday for Capricorn. Wednesday, Thursday for Capricorn. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Capricorn. And then one card for love. So for those of you who don't know, I do these general readings every week. And I do one card for love. And then I do love for the month for each sign. So if you want more detailed love info, check out after this video, check out the love video for Capricorns, which is already posted for the month of November. Queen of Air, my dears. Queen of Air coming up in the beginning of the week for my Capricorn friends. Some of you are dealing with an air sign. Some of you are having issues with your mother. Okay, and I'm going to tell you all what's going on. Capricorn, like I said, a lot of you are feeling very isolated right now, and a lot of you are in this weird, like, dream montage in your head where time is blurring together. Like, you're worried and stressed out about the future, but you keep going back to the past, and you keep remembering places where you got hurt, or times in which you got hurt, or people that hurt you, or people who let you down. And you're struggling with communication right now, which is one of the effects of the Mercury retrograde. But you're feeling like, you know, you're asking questions and you're having to ask the same question over and over, and you're not getting like the same answer, and that's confusing you. Or you're feeling like you can't make sense of what people are telling you. You're having a really hard time processing language right now, a lot of you. Or you're having a hard time understanding what people are trying to say. And for some of you, this is taking you back to something with your mother or mother figure, where maybe you felt like your mother figure was very short with you in her communications, or you feel like she was a little bit cold, or she wasn't nurturing, or she was like trying to toughen you up all the time, or like when she would express herself, maybe she expressed herself in an angry way. And some of you are processing that, and some of you are processing this in previous relationships, maybe possibly with women. So regardless of whether or not you date women, you might be remembering women in your past who have hurt you in different ways, or who have not been there for you, or who've been mean to you. Another meaning of Queen of Air, because this is going to be a different card for you know, a different way for different people. It's general. For some of you, Queen of Air is about having to set boundaries, and people need to come to you in a respectful way. Maybe right now, because you're having such a hard time figuring out what people mean, you're like even more so sensitive about the subject, and you're like, look, I don't want the mind games. I don't want you to tell me one thing 1 second and one thing the other second. If you're going to communicate with me, if you're going to be in my life, drop the crap, be upfront, be clear. I don't have time for this. So some of you are putting that boundary down with somebody. And it's not necessarily just romantic. You know, it could be situations at work. It could be situations with family. Obviously, if it's a work situation, a little bit of sugar, a spoonful of sugar with that medicine, because you don't want to be too harsh in a work environment. You don't want to get yourself in trouble. But a lot of you are being very firm and putting down this boundary, like, I'm not going to have this anymore. If you're going to come at me, you're going to come at me with respect, and you're going to come at me clear. I don't want this back and forth nonsense. So your Wednesday, Thursday, Capricorn, is 4 of Earth. And this could be holding on very tightly. It could be fear of letting go of the past. For some of you, you're struggling with forgiving a person because you feel like, if I forgive this person, I'm letting them off the hook. And they shouldn't be left off the hook. And I want karma to get them. I want karma to get them so bad. And I don't want to say it's okay. And I don't want to say, oh, I'm okay now and I got over what you did to me. I want them to suffer, or I want them to face the consequences. Now, my friends, my dear, dear friends, be very cautious of this. It's a very normal desire. It's a very human desire. We've all felt it. Hell, I know I have felt it. But the issue here is that if you do this, you're putting yourself in a situation where you are bringing that energy to yourself as well. Whatever we wish somebody else, we call it into our own life towards ourselves. So if you're wanting that harsh, no mercy punishment from the universe, then you're asking the universe to be harsh and have no mercy towards you. And that's not fun. And you don't need that right now, guys. You need mercy and gentleness and love and affection and warmth, because things are very tough for you energetically right now. So a lot of you are going to have to work on releasing something, or just giving it to God and just saying, God, I'm very hurt by this person. I'm very hurt by what happened. Help me to heal, but also please give me some sense of justice. Give me some sense of closure. Give me some sense of validation or vindication. And just hand it over to God instead of sitting there and waiting for this person to be punished. Understand that everybody is going to face the consequences of their actions, and we have to let it happen in divine timing. If you're wishing for it to happen now, you're going to call bad things into yourself. So just give it to God to handle in the appropriate time, and don't bring that negative karma onto yourself, because you don't need a Capricorn. You've been through enough. Another way this card is going to apply for some of you is a lot of fear about money. You might be pinching your pennies too tight, super tight, to the point where you're punishing yourself. And you're saying that I'm just going to eat top ramen and keep the lights off and not use any electricity and I don't know what, and not do anything fun. Now, you might be in a situation where you need to do that because you really only are in those like penny pinching moments, and that's all you have. And this card is saying, don't worry, it'll get better. Like, this is a cycle you'll pull through. But those of you who are worried about money and you're going to the other extreme, to where maybe you could still save money on electricity and bills and food, but you're going way to the other extreme, this is saying you don't want to create that energy. You don't want to create that fear. You need to have the proper balance between being resourceful and frugal, and, you know, like being good to yourself. You know, you don't want to put yourself in such a thing of unnecessary, you know, depriving yourself so unnecessarily to where you're creating more lack in your life. So ask your angels and guides to help you find the appropriate balance. This card could also mean that some of you just want space, like you're not letting people in right now. You're very protective of your space and your energy, and you're not wanting to deal with people right now. Your card for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is the Sun, which makes me very happy to see this for you, Capricorn, because the Sun is happier times. It's getting outside. So maybe by the end of the week, a lot of you are you know, coming out into the light, you know, stepping out of the shadows, not isolating yourself as much, coming into your sense of joy. Some of you are getting good news. Some of you are getting some recognition, like something that's making you feel appreciated and valued and loved. Some of you are getting some kind of big break that you were waiting for, where it's putting you out there, like your name is out there, you are being known, you're like arriving as like a credible person in your work or field or craft or whatever it may be. Some of you are getting super playful, Capricorn. I'm hearing some of you are just very naturally, your angels and guides are turning your sad memories from women in your childhood or women in your younger years, turning you from those memories to the memories of your inner child. like you're and like empowering that inner child, you know, connecting with that inner child. And I'm so sorry you were sad, but what do you want to do now? You want to go to the park and play on the swings? You want to look up a recipe for Play-Doh and make Play-Doh at home and play Play-Doh all weekend? You want to go blow bubbles? You want to go to the beach? You want to go to, you know, see a movie? Whatever it might be, you're beginning to do things that your inner child is getting very excited. I feel like you're taking your inner child on play dates over the weekend for some of you. And they don't have to be crazy or elaborate, but it's just helping that inner child see that, you know what, we turned out okay. We have our power now. We're not powerless. We can have fun. We can do things that feel good, and we can do things that bring us joy. Your love card for the week, my dears, is 5 of Earth. So this could be feeling very lonely in love, and this could be feeling cast out, disrespected. Somebody did you dirty. Somebody did you wrong. This is not a fun feeling, but the positivity that's coming out of this is that you are setting those boundaries to where you're saying no more. You're shifting the energy. I'm not going to be with somebody who's going to leave me out in the cold. I'm not going to be with somebody that's going to sit there and eat like the best food while I have holes in my shoes so that I can buy them things. You know, I'm not going to be with somebody who's going to expect me to sacrifice to that level. I'm not a peasant. I'm not a servant. I'm not some, you know, clown over here. So coming into that thing of wanting to have better relationships and putting an end to you being like in that peasant energy with somebody else. Positive thing also with 5 of Earth or 5 of Pentacles or coins is that when we are in this energy where we're feeling cast out, karmically the universe begins aligning us with people that are showing us that they are in our life for us. So for some of you it might be coming through friendship, more so than romance, but the universe is starting to show you that people want to be with you for you and not because of what you're giving them. Like they have your back. You're seeing who your real friends are. You're seeing who your real loved ones are, and you're beginning to call in a loyal partner through that energy. Again, guys, this is a general reading. It's going to be different for different ones of you. Check out your moon sign and rising sign. Check out the video for love for the week for Capricorn. And if you subscribe and hit notification, you'll get a notice when the Mercury retrograde video and the full moon video are up. You might need a private reading. I'm super happy to do that for you. And thank you guys, those of you who have been reaching out for readings. I am really enjoying getting to know you guys. I can't believe what interesting, wonderful people are out there, and I feel so honored to be a part of your journey. So thank you guys for reaching out. Thank you for keeping in touch with me on social media. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Till next week, my friends.